Y'all just listening to all that stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome to Black Talk Show. I have Aria Squires.
Yes.
Squires. Yes. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you for the invitation.
Yeah, I'm so happy that you came. So we're going to talk about branding and how it's important for our Black people to brand their businesses and that kind of thing. So just give us a little something about you. Tell us about you.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you. To make it short, I've been an entrepreneur for over 26 years. I had to really do the number because every time I mention how long I've been in business, I always forget because I'm getting older, right? So the years just keep coming. But I'm a long time entrepreneur. I wouldn't call myself a serial entrepreneur because I'm really focused on one mission, and that's assisting and supporting and guiding other entrepreneurs who are looking to increase their brand awareness, increase their brand identity, and really just become more profitable, in their businesses. And so being that I've operated and been successful at launching dance school, so a brick and mortar business for 10 years, and then service-based business and product-based businesses. I had a push planner. I have a lot of experience in developing from idea to profitability, that whole phase and what that looks like. I just lend my knowledge and my support to other entrepreneurs who are seeking the same type of success, but in their own way. And so I started from my dance school, I started business coaching, and that was back in 2014. And then from there, I realized that the type of clients that I was working with, a lot of them had already been through the business development part of it. They had been in business 10 years plus, and they're already successful, but they needed someone to come in and manage their brand. They needed someone to book their photo shoots, to book their speaking agreements, to, be in contact with their vendors and, kind of manage the brand overall to make sure that everything is cohesive. And so I launched my brand management agency in 2019, and it's been phenomenal. I work with some celebrities. I work with some top influencers. I work with athletes. I work with entrepreneurs just like yourself who are just needing that partnership and that support instead of doing everything on their own. And I love it. I absolutely, and plus I have other businesses of my own, of course. But that's what I do. And I believe that's the reason why you asked me to come and be a part of this today, to share some branding secrets and brand strategy, right?
And how to contact you to get, because I like your service.
Absolutely.
So becoming a high value brand, what does that consider? What you consider that? How do you do that? I mean, like some tips.
So being a high value brand means that you're going to have more opportunities. You're going to attract more opportunities. You can charge more money for your services or your products, right? Because you have more equity in your brand. So there's literally hundreds and hundreds of ways to do that. Some ways are just making your brand a little bit more exclusive. Going against the grain. I don't know why I can't talk today. Going against the grain of what you see other entrepreneurs doing in your marketplace and doing something a little bit different. I know that we're in an age of online, during the pandemic, everybody became an entrepreneur, and that's cool. But everyone went online and they just started, and so they thought that was the way, but silent money, offline marketing and branding and relationship building and, creating your business offline still works, right? So you have to be able to know the tools and the strategies in order to make sure that your brand is valuable, so that it's perceived a little bit different in the marketplace. So there's tons of ways to become a high value brand, but those are some ways that you.
So what do you think about the networking and collaboration, how important that is in your branding?
I think it's the most important thing, because it's not always what you know, it's who you know. And we've heard that before, right? I'm telling you, one connection, that sometimes that's all some people need, is just one connection, one relationship can really build a whole entire brand. And I'm saying that because that happened with me, with my book publishing company. One connection. I didn't even want to have a book publishing company. I still do. I'm closing it this year. This was 2015 or 17. I'm not sure. someone reached out to me, as a well-known pastor, and he wanted me to write his book. He wanted me to ghostwrite it. And
Yeah.
I wasn't a ghostwriter. I had just
Yeah.
written one book or two books.
Yeah.
And I did his, and girl, he connected me to everybody.
Yes.
I never marketed it on social media, and I still don't. And it's a multi six-figure brand. So
Oh my.
it's the most important, in my opinion.
Yeah, most okay. So what are some, let me see. We already talked about, okay, the money part of branding. How important is it people having their budget and for their branding?
Oh, absolutely. They got to have a budget. That's one of the things that I have my clients fill out when they work with me. Like, what is your budget? Because you have to spend on graphics. You have to spend on, a good photo shoot. You have to spend on, what I'm saying? Like, just having that visual representation, because we got to stand out, and it makes a difference. It really makes a difference, because a lot of times people see before you open your mouth, and as a brand, I tell my clients, you only have one time to make a first impression. So when that person refers you or introduces you, that's another way I talk about building a high value brand, is increasing your network so that you're introduced to people, because that's automatically now going to put you in a higher position. Because if someone who has a really, high value brand introduces you to somebody, then they're automatically going to perceive you as high value as well. But you got to have a budget. And we don't talk enough. I'm glad you brought this up, because we don't talk enough about budget as an entrepreneur. And then people wonder why they don't have money. And it's because they don't have a budget. You know what I'm saying? So you got to allocate some funds for that. It's so necessary.
Yes. Yeah. Because I talk to I'm a score mentor. So I talk to the clients about having a budget for, or even having a business plan. And a lot of them don't even want that. I mean, how do you know where you're going? I mean, what is this? So
and a lot of people, go ahead.
So I have to tell them often, you gotta get all this. It's just not no wham and let's go.
Very true. Very true. You gotta have some strategy behind what you're doing, at least a little bit. And I think it's important for people to just sit down with themselves and just figure things out. It'll really help them a lot to just figure some things out. You know what I mean? Put some things on paper and then work that plan.
Yeah. And even if you have to get somebody else to help you, I mean, but you still need to be in the plan.
Yeah, exactly.
So I know you have a wealth taper mastermind coming up.
I do.
Yeah. So what can you tell us a little bit about that? What it's about?
Sure. Yeah. So I had been, when I was doing business coaching from 2014 to 2019, I used to host 3-day conferences, in Vegas, DC, Florida, and it was a lot of work. Right? It was a lot of work, but just managing that whole process and then marketing it to get it sold out, and then everything else. And so during the 3-day conference, one of those days, we would have the VIP day for those people who, invested a little bit more. And we would have like a mastermind the day before. No, not the day before, but the third day. And it would be like 15 to 25 people. And it was just us in a room all day. And it was just incredible what happened in that room versus what happened 250 people in the room.
Yes, smaller setting, get more connections and more you have to actually get something out of it. Intimate setting.
And it's like people have that opportunity to just ask deeper questions, and we can just dive a lot deeper. So I said, forget all that other stuff. I'm just going to host mastermind.
It's better,
It's just a lot less stress, and I can invite people. It's invitation only. Most of them are invitation only, just because I like to keep them at very high level. But some of them I do promote to the public, like this one that I'm doing now.
Okay.
It's January 15th and 16th here in Atlanta.
Okay.
And it's in my home. I have a conference room in my home. So I
Okay.
host it in my home in Atlanta.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. So I know you have a book that's called, that's the one that's about to become High Value and Brand. So how do they purchase your book?
They can go to highvaluebrand.biz. Highvaluebrand.biz, and they can purchase the book. And this is my best book. This is, I think, the 12th book that I've put out, but this one, got a lot of stuff in
Okay, huh? Okay. So you have any kind of pointers or anything to tell the people about branding, or I mean, anything you want to share?
Just be consistent. I think it's being consistent with everything across the board, being consistent with your team. When it comes to building a brand, it'll be a challenge for you to have a whole bunch of different people's hands in your business. It's best to have a team that you've created, or hiring a team and they all work on your behalf. I think it's important to be very intentional about your brand, to protect your brand at all costs, to make sure that you are being intentional about where your brand shows up and where, like on what flyers, where you show up, what networking events or conferences you attend, all of that stuff. Visual branding, of course, it has to look good. We know that, right? I don't even have to say that. It has to look good. It has to look attractive to whoever your ideal client is. So just being intentional and consistent is the main thing when it comes to building a high value brand, for sure.
Yeah. And then being on across all platforms, everything you're doing, like even all social media. So yeah.
And offline too.
Offline too. Yeah.
Silent money, y'all. Silent money. It's a lot of money. We just had a conversation with one of my girlfriends today. She was like, "Dang, you do a lot of stuff people don't know about." I said, "Yeah, and they think they know a lot about me, don't they?" She said, "Girl."
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm just not starting to do some branding, but I hadn't got it all down packed yet. But I'm just not trying to do some branding. But it's learning those steps on what to do and what not to do. That's why we hire people like you, right?
To keep it consistent, make it look good. You got to make sure your message is on point, all that stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't be changing up your fonts on every flyer. Keep the same fonts. Have your own brand guide.
Okay. Yeah.
Have your own brand guide. It's so crucial.
Okay. And I got that bad changing fonts.
Oh yeah, don't do it no more. Find what you should, I would say hire me, but at least let's have a conversation and figure out what it is you need to do to make sure that your brand at least visually appealing. And a part of that is definitely your fonts. If you look at everything from my website to my flyer, it's the same font. It's consistent. Just like McDonald's is not going to change their M to an cursive M. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
So it's consistent, so people recognize it, and that's what branding is.
Okay. So I know in the Black community, for as knowing how to do the branding, can you give them, like, some of us is not there yet. So tell us.
Yeah.
So tell us a little something.
As far as
like branding, like our business, or knowing the steps to start to hire somebody like you to do branding, our identity on our brand, or however you say, the words. I'm not saying the right word.
Yeah. So visually, when it comes to your branding, I think the main thing is you got to identify, what do you want people to see, but how do you want them to feel when they see it? Okay. Like, what does that, what action do we want them to take? Right? Is branding. Like when they see it, how do they want to feel? Because your colors make a difference in that, because I remember when I first did my brand for my business coaching, I picked pink because I like pink.
Yeah.
But it wasn't conducive to money, luxury, high value. So I switched it to green, black, and gold because those colors are, synonymous with luxury, money.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, high value. So you have to go through that analysis, and that's what we do in my brand management. We kind of go through colors and you know, and the what colors make the way makes people feel. Because you notice when you go into restaurants, they have bright colors because they want you to come and go. It's fast
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
Food, eat and go. Yeah. So you have to do that. So that's one of the things.
Yeah.
This deciding what your fonts are going to be, that, you know, there's no right or wrong in that. Just mainly it's readable and that it's cohesive and that it makes sense. Making sure that you have photos that are professional, you
Professional. Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
that you can use all across everything from your business card to your digital business cards. Because when you're out and about, you're always meeting people. So you want to have a digital business card. Just those things as far as visual, and it all goes to your website and your little link tree pages and all that as well. So that's important. But the main thing is the brand message in your brand words. Every brand should have brand words. And those words are words that they're usually verbs, you know, that define what your brand does for people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you have to always make sure that you're using one of my words is profit. You see, I said that. I said profit at least 6 times during this short time we've been on here, right? Because it's a word that when you go out and talk about my brand to somebody, you've heard me say profit a lot. You've heard me say high value a lot, which is another one of my brand words. You've heard it, right? So now that's what you're going to say when you introduce me to somebody. You're going to use it. And that's called controlling our brand message. So that's one thing that we do at my masterminds, is I make sure everybody has brand words so that it's clear and they're controlling their brand message along with the visual appeal of the brand.
Okay. I had started out with Bodacious Dreams with Radical Faith. But then when I did the Radical Faith, a lot of people, you know, correlate that with, you know, God. You know, and some people don't want to, you know, everybody don't want to, I don't know why, that want to use God and everything. I said, I'm not going to turn away from him. But so that's mine. Bodacious Dreams with Radical Faith. And so I don't it's like I get a lot of negative feedback from that sometimes. I don't know why.
Well, that's not your people. Those aren't the people that you want to serve then, you know? If they can't identify with your brand, then it's not for them. You know what I'm saying? Like I burn sage and I think it's called Palo Santo. I forget the name of it. I do that because it's something that I want to do, right? And I say, if you don't like it, that means it's working. I don't, you know what I mean? If you don't like that I use God in my marketing, then that ain't my fault. You're not for me.
Yeah, not for me. That's what I said. I said, well, that's just not for me. But that's my thing about Bodacious Dreams with Radical Faith. And I said the faith is not just in just God, but faith in yourself that you can complete, you can achieve anything you put your mind to if you put in the action steps. So that's that. So it's not just, you know, it's not just faith in God, but you got everything is through Him anyway. But I was saying also faith in yourself that you can achieve, you know, whatever it is that you put your heart to. Like you can all the business you set up, you did that with God help. So I mean, all the business it's with God help. So I mean, that's why I come up with that.
Yeah, I love it. And that's your tagline and that's your brand and that's what you stand on and that's what people will say about you until the end of time.
Yeah. So that's I'm trying to work it out and figure it out. So I'm learning, but it's a slow process. I don't have the years you have.
But I had to learn.
That's what I'm gonna have to do. Yeah, I'm gonna have to hire somebody to get. And I'm in love with the reds and the blacks and the gold. I'm in love with those colors. That's been my color since I was young, though. I don't know if that's the color for my customers, but
no, it works. It works. You know why? Because it's one of those colors that when people see it, they look.
Yeah. So
what does your business do? What do you what problem are you solving in the marketplace?
Well, my entrepreneur, small business, that people that just started in the business, like hadn't really set up or just starting or just setting up a business and don't know how to structure their business or the steps to take to start a business. So I'm more like a consultant that help them structure their business, that kind of thing. And other things I'm gonna start doing some for the start of courses. So it's gonna be Black to Black Consulting Academy, well, I'm gonna do courses on all that kind of stuff, you know, structuring business and stuff like that. And then I have the
Good.
talk show, and I also have a magazine.
Oh, nice. Good.
Yeah.
So is it for for entrepreneurs?
Yes, for entrepreneurs and business owners, because everybody, you know, some people are established, some people, you know, entrepreneurs. So it's
Mm-hmm.
all of it is black to black, and whatever the other word is, the black to black talk show, and there's black to black consulting, and black to black magazine. So it's all that same thing.
Good.
So,
Good.
so
Good. 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 Good.
I'm trying, but you know, it's taking some time. I just picking the colors and stuff like that. That's what I was concerned with at first. But I'm just in
Mm-hmm.
love with these colors. But first I
Yeah.
started doing the black background, and that wasn't working.
I like the red background. What I see here, I like
Uh-huh.
the red background. I love the
Yeah,
gold. I love the black. I love the white. It works. I
yeah,
like it.
yeah, thank you. But at first I had a black background. They was telling me that it made you, I don't know if they were saying because I was too dark and it just didn't look right, all that black I
Oh
was.
no. Black is one of those colors where you don't want to see too much of it because it brings the emotional temperature down in people. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm sticking with the red right now. That's what I'm doing. So like on my so like I said, I was a score mentor, and a lot of those people do not know when they start, and they don't know how to brand their business, and
Mhm.
teaching them, and majority of them are us, because that's normally who they send to me.
Okay. Okay, good. Helping our people. That's what's up.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm just like trying to help them, you know, establish themselves, and you know, structure their business, and actually branding is a big part of it. So what I was looking to do is like have make sure they have a budget, and then refer them to other people to do business with, because I can't do
Mhm.
any business with them far as helping them in business. I could just tell them what they steps they need to do. And then I have
Mhm.
my own clients. I have a client that's starting a fragrance line, and they went all the way to Hawaii and did a video.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Nice.
it's just I just steps, just teaching them on showing them, and then having partners that I can collaborate with, and showing them what, send them to clients that I can't, you know, handle, I can't do anything
Yeah,
for.
yeah. You want to stay in your lane of expertise and then you
Yeah,
let
see
somebody
my, like,
else stay in their
yeah,
lane of
yeah,
expertise.
yeah. So that's what
Absolutely.
I was,
Yeah.
that's what I'm looking to do. So and also I probably need some help as well. Yes.
Well, why don't you, what are you doing on April, July 15th and 16th? Come on down to
Yeah,
Atlanta.
yeah, yeah, because you're having
Come
a
on
brand.
down.
Yeah, okay. I do you what do you consider when you say networking? What is one way? What's one tip that you could give them for starting the network to grow their brand?
To look for partners, not clients.
Okay.
Yeah, when
Okay.
you are networking, when I'm out and about, whether it's, a conference, a mastermind or anything, I'm
Hmm.
always focused on I'm not there to get clients. I'm looking for partners. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
think that's a great mindset to have because then I'm not selling myself like I'm trying to
Yes.
get some business and
Yeah.
I don't have this desperation energy that I'm trying to, it's
Yeah.
no, I'm learning about them. I'm asking them questions because let me tell you something. Everybody loves talking about themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
From the shyest person all the way up to the extreme
Yeah.
extrovert entrepreneur, right? And
Yeah.
most entrepreneurs, we're creative. We love to talk. We love
Hmm.
ourselves. We
Hmm.
got a little ego with big
Yeah.
ego.
Yeah.
I do, right? I
Yeah.
do. We all do. We
Yeah.
have to. We have to put ourselves out there
Yeah.
to the public.
Uh,
So you
yeah.
gotta have a little, gotta be a little bold with it,
Yellow
right?
bowl, yeah. I consider myself
Yeah.
bold, but I'm telling you, I used to be an introvert. Well, I still am a little bit, but I was completely,
Me
I was
too.
like shutting in. But when I talk about business, it lights me up for some reason. And I'm just like, okay, this is my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, come out of my shell. This is my thing.
Yeah. Yeah. But the thing about my masterminds is so cool is because I have this way of attracting this really dope energy. So it's a really good energy in the room. Before the mastermind starts at, I think 10 a.m. each day. Some people get here, I tell them to get here by 9:30. Some people get here at 9. But before I walk in that room at 10:15, they had already exchanged business cards, they networking, they're buying products from each other, and they form these lifelong connections that are producing profits. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get
because
saying,
it's an intimate space. You
yeah.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're there with people who want you to win. They're dedicated to seeing other people win. So those are the types of rooms you need to be in.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because that's what I am. That's why, I started this talk show is to highlight other businesses, especially Black women, showcasing their business and showing love. That's what it's about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what
God
it's
bless
about.
you for it, because we need it.
Yeah. And I just like, oh my goodness, nigga, it's showing your I'm trying to so I can make sure I can ask you the right questions. So what other books you said you have? You have 12 books. What that was the newest one, the high value. Do you have any more that's on branding or something else, or what else you have?
Business development, marketing. I have the mindset of a CEO.
Okay.
Which is basically teaching women how to get out here and brand themselves, market themselves, position themselves. So think like the mindset of a CEO is really about mindset development, because at the end of the day, that's what it takes. All what success in any area boils down to your mindset and how you think. My very first book is Release the Chains. A woman's roadmap for finding the strength to reclaim her destiny. And that was my personal story of homelessness, incarceration, to meeting my husband, graduating from Howard University in radio, television, film, to not where I am today, but to what got me to becoming a successful entrepreneur, owning and operating dance and performing arts school. So that book is good. All I See is Possibility is more of a spiritual based book. It's about tapping into who we are, so more spirituality, self-actualization, self-mastery, that kind of thing. So all of my books are on my website, arisquires.com.
Okay. So on the what's the difference between marketing and branding? Are they the same or they're different?
They're different. You're different. A brand is, again, what people say about you when you're not in the room, how you're positioned. Your marketing is how the message and how what you're doing to bring attention and awareness to your brand.
Okay. Yeah. I sometimes I want people to know that, because sometimes they get it mixed up. They want to say, oh, my marketing. No, you got to have a branding too. You just can't just have marketing. So you have to figure all this out.
You have to have both. Yes, you have to have, and then you got to have a sales strategy, because marketing, of course, sales and marketing is not the same either. Selling gives you close. Marketing gets their attention, and then you sell them after you've marketed to them.
So having those funnels. I'm just not learning how to do the funnels. I didn't know how to do funnels at first. So it's like
good. Well, I'm glad that you're progressing. Improvement is always good, depending what your goals are. As long as you're tracking and measuring what's working and what's not working, that's all that matters, and staying consistent.
Staying consistent. So let's see. When my phone talking to me. I'm trying to think. I said, stop talking to me. So on the business growth, what is it? How the branding help in your business growth?
Oh, tremendously. Yeah. Because again, your branding is what people see, what they remember, especially that brand message and your colors. And, it's like my brand is Release the Chains is one phrase that I have trademarked, and I own that intellectual property, and many people have tried to use it.
Yes.
So,
okay.
my friends, or not even colleagues, but like social media friends, right? They'll hit me up like, hey, somebody is doing an event and they using your name. I'm like, they're using our resquad. They're like, no, release the chain. But that's how intimate branding is,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
A phrase. People can attach a phrase to you, like
Yeah.
Nike, just do it. When we hear
Yeah.
just do it, we know that's
Yeah.
Nike. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. So,
So yeah,
okay.
so it's
Yeah.
very, 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 very crucial. People gotta understand branding is so important. Everything is important, but I think for me, I think it all starts really with, cash flow. Like, what's the quickest way we can make money in our business? Number one, getting people to buy our stuff. But
Yeah.
our branding has a lot to do if they're gonna buy it or not.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So I mean the branding, I think I just learned that it was important because I was all over the place at first. I had one color here, this here. I said, oh my goodness, I am all over the place, but I didn't have no clue. So that's why I want to help people like me that didn't have a
Yeah.
clue that what to do. So
Yeah.
it's a process, but like I said, hire you and then they won't have to wonder no more.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't have to worry about it. And it's consistent and it looks real good.
Yeah.
It looks real good. It's sharp, it's clean, it's attracting. You just save time by investing in getting people to help you. You save so much time because Canva is good. I'm not mad at Canva. I use Canva for a lot of things, but you're not a professional graphic artist. Canva does not make you a professional graphic artist. You have to get a professional graphic artist who's also a marketer. You get what I'm saying? That's important.
Yeah, that's important. So that's like when people ask me, say, can you do me a graphic? I'm thinking, no, I'm not that type of person. I don't do, that's not really my lane, like doing graphics. So I don't want to fool with that, so because I might do a Canva stuff all every now and then, but I ain't for to do nobody else's because I don't know what to do, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna fool with that. So people need to find the people that do the services they're wanting to have done, like their branding, their marketing. So you kind of do both branding and marketing, right?
We do, and sales.
And
we're
sales,
a full agency. Yeah, we're
full
a full
agency.
brand management agency.
Okay, so tell us all that you do, so I have it straight.
So for under brand management, that means we're managing the whole brand, from the colors, the logos, the websites, the photo shoots, what you're wearing, what you're saying, what you're posting. Like my clients, sometimes they forget that they're a brand.
Yeah.
And we spend, time and planning and strategy on building this visual appearance, and then they show up somewhere not representing their brand. And I'm like in my phone, like, what are you doing? Why did you post that picture? It's not, no. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I get comfortable. I'm like, remember, you are a business. Okay? So you have to be consistent in that business. So we do, of course, branding. We provide marketing schedules and plans that you can easily follow step by step. And then we also can close your clients for you, depending on what you do. So usually, typically, we're closing for speakers, entertainers, entrepreneurs who have like high-end products and they need a sales team to work on their behalf, or we can teach you how to increase your sales conversions, and you can do it yourself. Depending, we do product stickers. We do, a lot of my clients have hair care lines, skin care lines, and things like that. We do the labeling, everything that you a full service brand management agency.
Okay. Yeah, I might I have, like the lady I was telling you that's doing the fragrance line, if they're looking for somebody, I'll probably send them to you, because I think she might, I don't know if she have anybody yet, but I'll do a referral because I want her brand to look really good.
Yeah, it has to be. She wants to sell high end. Like, this one lady I met at an event I was speaking at, she has high end candles, and it looks like your eyes are like, ooh, you go and it's like a $50 candle. You're like, woo, but it looks so good. It's a decoration in your home if you like for things to look good in your home instead of that little jar. You know what I'm saying? You got the little flowery sticker versus something that looks like, you know, a centerpiece in your home. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, because I think she was saying her fragrance is gonna be 120.
It's gonna be 120. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So she want a luxury. She's doing a luxury brand.
oh, please send her to me. I would love to assist her, especially with her messaging, so people don't mind paying $120. Most people
Yeah.
pay that much for their fragrances, but not most, but I'm sure her audience does. So
Yeah.
it's not much, but it
Yeah.
has to be worth that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Worth that.
saying?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She.
Mhm,
So I'll send her your information so she can
mhm.
look you up.
Yeah,
Also,
once you can introduce us, well, just introduce us. That'll be better.
that'd be better. Okay. All right.
Mhm.
So you have any closing remarks that you would like to share with the audience?
Sure. So I'm assuming your audience are mostly startup entrepreneurs, new entrepreneurs. So for you guys, I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there. I understand that you're operating on faith, you're operating on creativity, you're operating on purpose,
Mm.
but know that you're gonna need to invest in yourself consistently. Now, investing is not always money, it's investing time. It's investing energy and love into
Yeah.
what you do daily. That
Mhm.
is so important. Investing in little small things like books. People are not reading as much as they used to because
Yeah.
we now have social media and we can get so much information, but you'll be surprised at what's in a book.
Yeah.
There's usually action steps, there's secrets, I guess you can call them, there's
Hmm.
strategy, there's systems in books. Read books,
Yeah.
breathe,
Yeah.
read, okay?
Yeah. I can't stress it
um,
enough.
Yes, be intentional about your time, where you're spending your time, who you're spending your time with. What are you saying yes to, and what do you need to say no to more often?
Hmm.
I particularly like to remind people that what you surround yourself, you become. So,
Hmm.
what masterminds are you sitting in or not? What
Hmm.
conferences are you sitting in or not? What
Hmm.
coaches do you have or not that are pouring into you on a consistent basis that are very high value? So those are things that I wish I had known early on. Well,
Hmm.
except the reading part, because I started my business reading.
Yeah.
You know what
Read
I
it.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was it. After I read that first book, and I still have that book. What
Hmm.
is it called? It's Nobody's Business But Your Own.
Uh-huh.
This book it's old school now.
Yeah.
Because I went back and I was looking through it. I was like, okay, a lot of those businesses they were talking about are not even in business anymore. But the
Yeah.
message in that book really inspired me to
Yeah.
start a business.
And I have a couple six-figure business owners as well that's uh
Mm-hmm.
they starting so one lady, she's doing counseling and I can't think of, and consulting. I think counseling and consulting business. And then I have
Mm-hmm.
another lady that's she stays in Hawaii, but she's gonna be on the next today as well. And she's
Oh,
not a
good.
client, but she's a somebody I talk to. So she's gonna be she does those workshops and like resort kind of things, like those retreats and stuff like that. So
So do
and she
I.
like, yeah.
Where is she at in Hawaii? Because I have property in Maui. Where is she at in Hawaii?
See, I just met her too, so she would say, "Hold on, I can't think of the name of it. I think she stay
Okay.
in Maui though.
Okay,
I think she do.
cool.
I think she do.
Very
Yeah,
nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
yeah,
Yep. Very good.
yes. So doing it's she'll be on she's the next show she'll be on at 2:30, and then I have some more besides her, but I mean like the people that I'm telling you about the fragrance that they in the six figures too. So,
Oh, good. Awesome. No,
yeah,
I'm just saying just the majority of your
yeah,
customers are
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
in
yeah,
the first 5 years of their business. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I'm not talking about
yeah,
money wise. I'm talking about the
yeah,
first
yeah,
5 years of your business.
yeah,
When I say
yeah.
new business, I mean new,
No,
not you
no.
ain't making money because
Yeah.
there's people that have been in business for 10, 15, 20 years and they ain't making no money either. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, but that's just
Yeah.
something that, new entrepreneurs need to know and do consistently and
Yeah.
don't forget what got you here, what got you here is not going to get you to your next level, whatever that
Yeah.
next level is, and wherever here is. Like me, I have, much more that I want to do. I'm building out my team of coaches, to work. I'm building out my brand management agency, from right now we have about, I think, maybe 19 staff members. I want to double that, triple that.
So that is that was a question I was going to ask you. What is your bodacious dream with the radical faith? What is that? What is that? What is the future? I mean, what is that thing you look like for you?
Yeah, being an international brand, which I'm working on. You mentioned the retreats and business retreats. I do business conferences and retreats in Africa, primarily South Africa. I'm doing my first one in Tanzania this October. So I want to I want to become this well-known international brand. That's why I call my company Squires International.
Okay. I just did a co-author with someone, but we became #1 international authors. So
Very good. Very nice.
And then I have some connections with some people from Africa. Like they're from Africa. I like one lady, she stays in Dallas, but she's from Africa. And then another lady, she stays over there. So she's coming to speak at my Black Excellent Gala, which is in June, August the 26th, and she's coming to speak at the gala, and she stays in Africa now. So
good. Perfect.
So I'm trying to spread my wings. How important it is to not just stay in your little circle and not reach out, from around your surroundings. And because everybody, your ideal client might not be in your city or might not be in your circle. So you have to I'm venturing out.
Yeah,
like
you have
said,
to expand.
you got to become international, because that's my goal too.
Yeah, and then it's not even national. Sometimes it's just national. Being known nationally. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to get there.
It's just, you are getting there. Take out the word trying. You are getting there.
I'm getting there.
You are on your way.
On my way.
Yeah.
Well,
Awesome.
I thank you for coming on. I enjoyed our conversation.
Absolutely.
And maybe you can come back again another time. And like you have something else going on and you want to spread the word, you're welcome to come back.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much again for inviting me. I like doing this because that's another one of my visions, is expanding and speaking more, virtually and in person. That's my thing. I want to speak more now. That's why I'm closing my book publishing company, because I'm going to be launching my speaking business.
I'm my thing is I done spoke twice. Like I think I did a comeback champion. I did that once. And I did that once, and that was virtual. And then I did a Girl Boss Summit virtual. It was on June the 9th. June the 9th. I did a virtual on I had several ladies come and speak at that Girl Boss. So I'm gradually getting into that. The speaking part. But see, I get tongue tied,
That's okay. People, they gonna follow what you're saying. It's okay.
And I said, this is what I said, you know what I'm saying.
And they probably do know what you're saying too. So stay consistent. You can do anything you put your mind to.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you again. I start back talking again.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Tina. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.